Really reviews.
Yeah.
Nico.
What if we got a Mike and Ike sponsorship?
Don't even show him.
I
Nico,
don't think they're visible, are they?
We just watched Beau is Afraid.
Ethan Young.
I have a I want to start out with my synopsis of the movie. I'm not even going to try. We on the way home and we were just sitting here and talking to Lise.
A man goes to get water.
No. We're not even going to try. I'm not even going to try because
What
that's
do you
not.
mean?
We're not even going to try.
That's the whole movie.
I am not joking, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that this is the most insane movie I have ever seen. There's nothing like this that you will probably ever see. This movie is insane, and it might sound like I'm exaggerating right now. You know, like I know Michael Reisman's probably listening to this and be like, "Brah, this guy's, he's off his knocker right now." I am
He just
actually
says unintelligible things. Mike, we love you.
That's my Mike
If
impression.
you ever feel like coming on and you do disprove that these claims that Nick is making of just unintelligible quotes,
Yeah, that's my Mike impression. Anyways,
we'd love to have you.
this movie is actually insane. And I think that is both a good thing and its downfall. And I think that's going to be maybe our discussion here. Because I know... I didn't read any reviews, but I know that there is mixed reactions to this.
There's going to be.
This has to... If it gets enough traction and people actually go see it, this has to be like probably one of the most polarizing movies that will release this year. That's my prediction with it now. Any reactions online that you've seen are probably already polarizing. They're going to be even more polarizing if people actually get out and see this movie, if it does well. And honestly, I hope it does. And we'll get into it more, but I don't know. I guess I could start out by asking you, did you like the movie, Nico?
Dude, I don't even know. Yeah. Yes. Sure, yeah.
Okay. I loved it.
You did?
Yeah, I loved it, but I can understand that not everyone's going to love it. And I will say immediately after the movie was over, behind me, the guy, and I think he was with his girlfriend, he said to her, "This is the stupidest movie I've ever seen." Like, that was his first reaction to the movie. And I understand why that was his reaction to the movie. I think you can understand why, too. It was ridiculous.
But to some point, he was just hating. There was some level of hating that he was trying to accomplish. I don't think it was like that bad. But it was stupid.
Okay, I think objectively here, if we pull back and look at it objectively, the production of the movie is great.
Yeah,
It's a really well-made movie. There's a lot of cool cinematic stuff that's done here. VFX-wise, costumes, just camera work, a lot of good stuff there. Well-made stuff. Acting also very good. I mean, Joaquin Phoenix is the lead. He's coming off the heels of a Best Actor win 2 years ago. He's a great actor. Yeah.
This wasn't even about the movie. How far into this recording are we? Does it show you a timestamp?
Yeah, we're 3 minutes in.
Okay, cut to yours. Okay, so now I know for thumbnail. Okay,
yeah,
sorry.
It's about 3:30. Yeah.
You can cut that if you want.
Well, that's about like the movie. I'm gonna leave it in because that's about how the movie goes. There's just weird interruptions for stupid shit like that, so we can make some Review Bra thumbnails. If you know who Review Bra is, he's great. Anyways, it's an objectively well-made movie. I think the question comes into where is the story? Is it a well-written story? Is the dialogue... Well, the dialogue is well-written, but is it a well-written story? Like, is this a story that is accessible to people? Are people going to be able to understand this and relate to it and feel something from this? We came off the heels of Everything Everywhere. It was one of our first podcasts we ever recorded last year around this time. And we were both like, this is one of the wackiest movies we've ever seen.
April 7th, 2022.
Okay, so just a couple weeks and a year ago.
Yes.
We said that was the wackiest movie we'd ever seen. Yeah. I think that it is easily topped by what we just saw.
I don't want to say easily. It's a different kind of wackiness at this point.
I don't even think it is a different... Like, it has the wackiness of Everything Everywhere, and then I think it just builds on that and just takes it to the moon. I think that this is actually just the most insane movie I've ever seen. I'm not exaggerating when I say that.
Okay. That's true. Yes. And let's just credit some of the people who are in this. As you said, Joaquin Phoenix plays Beau Wasserman. Armin Nahapetian, I don't know how to say his name. He's Teen Beau. Beau's son, don't need that. Amy Ryan is Grace.
Yeah, just get a couple of the other main ones in there.
Nathan Lane is Roger. Kylie Rogers is Tony. She's the daughter. He sleeps in her bed.
Yeah, we don't need to get into.
Hang on. Where's?
So we're just gonna go through the whole cast.
No. Elaine Bray. Where's the mom? Who the hell was the mom? Oh, Patty Lupone, Mona Wasserman. Okay, and those are your core people.
And they all did a fantastic job. The acting was really good in the movie.
Yeah.
But I loved the movie, but my honest, and we've been talking about this.
Bottom line,
I don't know if I can recommend this to people.
I don't know how to recommend this
because I think if I recommend this to somebody, because I could go and say, go watch Everything Everywhere. Go watch Everything Everywhere all at once. And I think I did. I told all my friends, family, to go watch that movie.
Uh-huh.
Because that movie has something that you can connect with on an emotional level, story-wise. Mm-hmm. And there are characters in there that are relatable.
But I think you get unique experiences from everybody who goes and watches that film.
Exactly.
Everybody has their own one or two key things that they really take away from that film. Maybe even more.
Yeah.
This, you'll get that. But you will not have a general story to follow. Mm-hmm. You don't even know what the story is that you're trying to follow. We watched all the way through it, and I still don't know what the story was to follow this in this film.
It really is an experience like nothing else.
But this isn't like the religious experience that is Everything Everywhere.
Well, maybe it is for some people. I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm insane. Maybe I'm insane for liking it. The movie is insane.
Maybe. Okay. Let me say this. We walked in 2 minutes late. Maybe we missed something super crucial in those first 2 minutes. I doubt it.
They flashed back to it, though. So I don't know. I don't think we did.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. Remember on the video board? That was a flashback to that.
They only flashed back to the stuff that we had seen. I
think we got the idea.
Yeah, we got the idea.
It's a 3-hour movie, and it is just pure nonsense. It is well-made nonsense, but I thought it was great. I don't know. That's all I've got to say. I don't want to get. We can do a little spoiler section here, maybe in a few minutes, but I think that's all I got to say about it. You got any reactions? Anything else?
This is one of those things similar to Everything Everywhere. I don't know how to pitch this to anybody if I were to recommend them. I would just say, just go watch it.
I'm not going to though because.
Why?
Well,
I feel like we should.
I feel like anybody that is interested enough, I think you put a huge disclaimer on this. Anybody that's interested enough to go see it. Anyone that likes movies, that's interested in the business, the industry, because I think A24 in general is a pace setter. They are just going against the mold of the rest of the industry, and it's fantastic. Yeah, and they won a Best Picture with it last year, with Everything Everywhere.
From everything I've seen, I don't think they have a bad movie.
I would agree with you, yeah. I haven't seen one that, at least doesn't have its own voice. You know, they all have their own voice. Yeah. There's always gold in an A24 movie, and I think that comes from them letting people do what they want to do. No restrictions. Seriously.
From another distributor, production company, whatever you want to say, is there another movie that you can think of that they really let anybody take creative decisions or creative liberty that they wanted to? My only close one that I can think of, maybe Matt Reeves in The Batman. But that's still a stretch because he kind of had a lot of source material to work with.
That's true, yeah.
But otherwise,
yeah,
Vin Diesel.
For some reason,
is Vin Diesel the only other guy who?
No, there's no way. If you listen to that guy talk, he's too dumb to actually make a movie. I mean, I think the only other example that I could think of is other big directors that get big.
But I don't mean just directors, but themselves. I mean a production company.
Oh, a production company
who's been doing any sort of go free range, whatever you want for the past couple of years.
Not on this scale, like not with budgets this big, because the indie production companies, absolutely, they're probably greenlighting exciting artists and everything like that. But yeah, besides, Universal's going to hand out $1 billion if Christopher Nolan wants it.
Yeah, if he needs
or
it,
whoever,
they're going to give it to him. Right.
Yeah, whoever. Scorsese's getting $1 billion.
Yeah.
Francis Ford Coppola, I think, just got $1 billion for something crazy that's supposed to come out in the next few years. Those big Spielberg will get a lot of money. Those guys will get what they want, but no, I don't think anybody is doing what A24 is doing. And I'm sort of asking myself the question, how did this movie get made? And why is A24 having so much success with this, right? Because A24 is honestly a part of their whole shtick is they're just going against what we're seeing in the rest of the industry.
Yeah.
No other movies are like this. No other companies are producing movies like this.
Yeah, but I think even their more accessible films, the Good Times, the Uncut Gems, what else do they have?
I would say Ex Machina is an accessible film. Yeah,
Sure. All of those, honestly, they're some of my higher quality traditional films that I like.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think those things, while they're all traditional, I think they're traditional in only certain capacities. Because I think they break just enough of the mold, do something that's just crazy enough that makes it feel so fresh and new to us. Mm-hmm. Like we've seen, like they fit within genres usually or within certain settings, and then they break from them. I think that, and I know one of our viewers is not going to like me saying this. Yeah, Ethan. I know you're not going to like me saying this, but I think A24 and the success of A24 and the fact that this movie that we just went and saw got made is because of Marvel. And because of Disney, honestly, and Star Wars, I didn't think everything. About it like that. I think that the reason that these are getting so... Because I'm clamoring for it. I'm not the only one. I'm clamoring for something new, something different. Right, this is the extreme opposite of that.
Hear me out. I think it's honestly a good thing.
Oh, yeah.
Even if Marvel has made some of these shitty movies, and like these movies that nonstop run together, they've made some products that they didn't even try to make. The Boys... Complete superhero satire show.
Yep.
Incredible. One of my favorite shows ever.
15 years ago, not getting made.
That would never happen. This would never happen.
Oh, hell no.
Any other timeline. If you went even back like 2 years, this movie would not be made.
No, definitely not.
Isn't that so weird to think about?
Yeah.
And I don't want to say it's just because of the commercialization of Star Wars and Marvel and DC. But I think I think you have a point.
I think it is. I think movies, like anything, are driven by demand. Like A24 is not a non-profit company. They're doing this for profit. They are trying to make money.
But they're betting like this. They're like day traders.
Yeah,
day traders against Warren Buffett and your Bill Gates and Charlie Mungers of the world.
And
they're just going full penny stocks. We're trading this every hour.
And they're killing it.
Somehow they're only making profit, and it's only the trajectory of A24 is still going up, and I don't know how.
They won, what was it, 8, 9 Oscars out of 23? Or 22. It might be 23.
I think they had 9 of however many, yeah.
That's nuts.
That is pretty crazy.
They are beating, yes, you're right. They are beating Warren Buffett.
I would expect that from, like, maybe a Disney film, if the Disney films were good anymore. Or like a Paramount or a Universal. Any of those big production companies or studios. But no, they put out too many products. None of them are good enough to even compete with the pace and quality that A24 is currently doing.
Yeah.
Which it sounds like we're just A24 fanboys. Maybe a little bit. But they're doing great.
I'm not even an A24 fanboy. I'm a fanboy of someone who's willing to let a director have complete creative control and make something new and just take a leap of faith on somebody and just try something, because no, maybe not everyone's going to love this movie. Maybe not everyone loved Everything Everywhere. This is the future. This is art. This is creativity.
Okay.
I know I'm getting a little extreme, but this movie is just he just
Yeah.
splattered his mind, and they didn't tell him not to do it.
They didn't tell him.
They didn't tell him not to do it.
Erase this and go back a couple of steps. They really just kind of let him go
Yeah.
with it. I think it went pretty well.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
This movie is insane. Everything Everywhere is insane.
I don't want to say...
And I think this is because of Marvel. I think this is because of the commercialization. I think this is the streamlining of things. I think people are craving this, and A24 is there to satisfy that demand. And they are trying to capitalize on it, and they have been. They've been making money.
Yeah.
That's all.
It's nutty.
It is nutty.
I don't even know what to say about it anymore. It's like they're just going against the grain. Going for whatever niche markets they can to try to monopolize just niche movies. None of the movies are like connected though. Nothing's connected. Nothing is similar to another movie in their catalog. Not that similar, at least. If anything is similar.
Sure, they do have a lot of indie horror stuff that I think you could argue is similar to each other. And honestly, Ari Aster is a part of that. He's
kind of the driver of that. I think.
And his previous two movies did well. So if you know Ari Aster from Hereditary or from Midsommar and you liked those movies, I cannot guarantee that you'll like this because it's nothing like those movies. I think those movies are good and they break the mold, the horror genre mold. But I think they're very much horror at their core, and then they break it. You've seen, so you know. Anyways, anything else to say about it before we give a score? I feel like we just have to give a score at a certain point and then go into spoilers for the last 5 to 10 minutes, and then end this thing.
Here's what I'm going to say. For Hereditary, we reviewed Hereditary on this channel. Another Ari Aster film. You gave it an 8.3 out of 10, and I gave it an 8.6 out of 10. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize we rated our Hereditary that high.
I think it deserves it.
It deserves it.
Yeah.
But I remember we were having some conversation about, we weren't. Some of us weren't liking the ending too much, or like we had a little.
Yeah, I honestly I didn't love the ending.
Not here or there. This is for this movie. Beau is afraid. I don't know what to give this.
I don't either, dude.
I'm debating just spinning the wheel and going like between 6 through 10. Not a 10, obviously, but like. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way to rate this. This sounds cliche, but it's like this movie. There really is nothing like this movie, right?
It's true. That's like what I'm trying to say. Like, people probably aren't going to believe us when we say that because I feel like say this.
You would have to watch this and see it's like 4 different movies all in itself about one guy.
Yeah.
But even then, none of it's connected, or very very loosely connected. That you still couldn't make like an overarching hero's journey through this.
I don't think you can easily connect 5 minutes.
Yeah, you can't
to
make
another 5 minutes in the movie.
Right.
It's just that it's just that disjointed and completely unhinged in a good way.
Yeah,
I think
it's not a bad thing. I think if there were a little bit more structure, a little bit more of just a general path that Beau goes on, that somebody could follow, then it's more accessible. Mm-hmm. That'd make this a lot more easy to comprehend as a film and as a story, whatever. But I don't know what to give this. I'll go 8 flat. How about that?
You're going 8 flat?
I'm going to go 8 flat.
I promise I'm not just saying this to be different from your score because I was about to say it before you gave your score there. I'm giving it a 9.1. I'm giving it a 9.1. No,
are you sure?
I was either gonna give it an 8.9 or a 9.1. I did like it that much. I think this is actually an experience that is like, you have to try it.
Yeah, and I'm not giving. Okay, and just so people note, our discrepancy in score here is not that I didn't like the movie as much as Nick. I don't know how to grade this.
Yeah,
I want to make it like at least a sure enough like grade or like a high enough score that people are like, okay. There's something enjoyable that I can at least get from this. Like, if I give it a 6, people would be like, I'm not going to watch it.
On a surface level, and I don't know if everybody would like this, but I think it, for most audiences, it was a funny movie. I think you couldn't argue with that. Like, you will get, like, moment-to-moment humor here. Like, there is a lot of it. There's a lot of good, witty stuff.
Well, there's a lot of good humor.
It's absurd humor for most of it, too, but I think it's very good absurd humor. So if you like absurd humor, if you like sort of off the wall shit, you'll like the humor in this movie. I think that is an accessible piece of it. Mm-hmm. So, like, us and others in the theater were laughing our asses off. I think there were some people that weren't though. So,
yeah, I think the 2 dudes in front of us.
I don't think they got it.
I don't think they laughed at anything.
I don't think they understood the humor. Honestly,
But I don't know.
it's well, maybe the humor's not even fully accessible.
Maybe. We'll see. I don't know.
Spoiler
we'll see
time.
Yeah. Okay.
Spoiler time.
Let's get into some spoilers.
Well, can I start with something before we transition into spoilers? I leaned over to you about 25 minutes into the movie. He's taking a bath, and he's using this bottle of soap.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The kid soap.
He was using blueberry kids suave soap, and Giant Eagle, or no, not Giant Eagle, Kroger no longer has this soap. I've been using that soap for like the last 5 years. I started using it because I found it in my cupboard, and I was like, oh, this, I'm out of soap, so I'll try this. And it was so nice on my skin. Yeah, here. Yeah. Kroger, bring my soap back. I need the soap. I had to buy an adult bottle of body wash because I can't find your soap anymore because they took it away.
God damn it. Just go to the next thing.
That's all I had to say.
This guy.
Yeah. I mean, he was using kids soap. I think that honestly does have some story significance too. If you
it does once you watch it all the way through, you understand a little bit more.
I don't know if everyone would know that. Well, actually, no. It's a pretty kid-looking bottle. Yeah, he's using kids soap.
Yeah, it looks like kid soap.
How do you want to spoil this?
There are two big reveals at the end, or near the end.
Yeah, and I'll argue with you that they were even reveals. But
what do you mean?
Like, I don't even think that was like. I think they were heavily foreshadowed, and not even the point of the movie. But
yeah,
but you go ahead.
The big first reveal that I was thinking of was. Sorry, I just burped. Spoiler warning. His mom did not actually die or get decapitated by the chandelier in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, which
or
actually
in the middle of the movie that they
you
tell
don't
us
even know.
You never see her.
You learn probably 30 to 40 minutes in. So it's pretty early on that you learn that she has been killed by a chandelier.
Right.
But she's not actually dead.
It's not actually her. I thought that was pretty crazy, especially when at the point in time that they did it. I was like,
oh yeah,
whoa,
oh yeah,
whoa,
beautiful moment.
This is the time that they're gonna do that. I was like, what's he looking at?
That was perfect. I thought
that was a great reveal.
Moments like that are like why I'm giving this movie a 9.1 because it's like, oh my god, yes, like
yeah, like when I was watching it, I was like, okay, they haven't shown his mom. We've talked about her. She's a big plot point. Maybe she's still alive.
We're in spoilers.
And I didn't anticipate that part right then at all.
We're in spoilers right now. If you've watched the trailer for this movie, and I was thinking this, you probably were too. In no way in hell at any point in this movie was I expecting like a 5-minute sex scene. There was just a 5-minute sex scene, and it's comical.
It's comical. That's the thing. It was supposed to be just between the dialogue of how like awkward it is.
Yeah.
And how uncomfortable they're both. He is with his partner. It's funny. It wasn't 5 minutes long.
It wasn't 5 minutes long? All right,
No,
it felt long to me. Okay, honestly, all sex scenes feel long to me because it's just uncomfortable.
Kind of uncomfortable, especially when you're around people.
But still, it's like, did you expect that?
No.
There's a sex scene in here.
I didn't.
And it's with Joaquin Phoenix. His character, as he looks in the trailers that you've seen it. Like, what?
Okay.
What is this movie?
It was hilarious.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, his mom interrupts him. Well, not interrupts him. She comes in at the end of his sexual encounter.
It's very hard to explain.
Anyways, yeah, what's the other big reveal that I think we can talk about story-wise? Do you want to introduce it? We were talking about it on the way home.
It's not what I was thinking of, I don't think.
It's I think it comes later on. With his mom coming back, it's revealed to him that this is all a setup.
Yeah.
Supposedly all a setup, and that he's been being watched, or his mom has set this all up, and the whole thing is like mommy issues. I think you could read into the movie that way.
Yeah.
And so it's sort of Truman Show-esque.
Yeah. And that's where we both thought, so he stays with Roger and whatever the lady's name is, I forget. She plays Holly in The Office. He's staying at their house, and she goes, go on to Channel 78, because they both leave. Oh, what the fuck? What did Roger say in that right when he comes into that scene?
Something about barbecue. My dude, we got some barbecue.
No, it's like he goes like, "Look alive, it's grilling time." Something like that. He has the best one-liners in any movie I think I've seen. Anyways, not the point.
What a well-written character. Yeah,
but good. she goes, okay, go to channel 78, and then he is skipping forward and backwards through this timeline of just cameras watching him everywhere, and he can skip forward and see the ending of the story. And we were like, that's odd, but we both thought this Truman Show-esque element was hidden somewhere in this movie.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, they kind of reveal it to you without... They were hint dropping it before, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe in some ways that we got, in some ways we didn't. Looking back on her character now, Holly from The Office, she was trying to help him and warn him. She had another time where she wrote something on a napkin, like, stop incriminating yourself.
Yeah, and then he goes, what does this mean? And she leaves out the door because she has to go to work.
Yeah. But why was she trying to help him?
I don't know. And I wanted to see them at the thing at the end, at the big trial by fire, if you will.
Yeah, but they weren't there.
Yeah, they didn't show anybody from earlier in the movie. I wish they did, because they showed only the therapist and the mom.
Yeah.
And
so did you like that payoff then? Is that part of why you give it? Okay, so you didn't like the payoff.
I didn't love the payoff. I think it was interesting. In just the words on a page, just saying like what the plain kind of trajectory of this whole thing will be, where it ends, I'll be like, oh, that's kind of interesting. Mm-hmm. But I didn't like the way they executed it at the end. I don't know. I think, how did he get there really?
Yeah, I'll tell you. I liked it, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I think I liked it because the payoff was just as insane as the rest of the movie. Okay. And I wasn't expecting anything during that final 30-minute stretch to happen the way that it did. I don't think you were. I mean, every little moment and there was still a twist or turn. Right. So the whole time, I think you're questioning, wait a minute, you just sort of did a traditional twist on this. You did the Truman Show thing, kind of. Mm-hmm. You did the mom was doing the hoax. You did some traditional twist there. But then you're making me question, wait, what the hell? He goes up into the attic and there's a giant penis. You know, that was the second big reveal that I wanted to talk about. That's his dad. Oh, yeah, his dad is up in the attic.
I thought his dad was the big penis monster.
Yeah, and his mom is telling him that he can't have sex because he has a heart issue.
No. What? It's because he had the large...
No, I think it was a heart murmur.
They mentioned the heart murmur, but I think it was because of the large... testicles.
No, I think
it was the thing that they all had they all in their family passed down.
But I think that was also just a joke on the dude's got like insane blue balls because he's never ejaculated before, which is that's another whole reason. The humor just goes so crazy that like anybody that's like used to traditional humor, if you didn't like the humor and everything everywhere, oh, no chance you like the humor in this. Like we're idiots. We've said this before in the podcast. You and I are complete idiots, and we have the stupidest sense of humor.
Yeah,
we loved the humor in this movie. So if that's you, if you're an idiot like us, you'll probably like it.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I just like don't know. I don't even know where to start with some of the things I wanted to talk about in this film.
We're probably making no sense. If someone hasn't seen the movie, if they have seen the movie, they still might think we're making no sense like right now. Like,
but I thought when he goes into the attic, he sees the old version of himself.
Yep.
So that's his dad.
I think that's his dad. I think
what was the big penis monster next to it? I thought that was his dad. And I thought he was seeing a copy of himself.
Honestly, you might be right.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I cannot sit here and say like, oh no, you're misinterpreting that because you might be interpreting it correctly. I don't know.
I didn't know.
I don't know either. I'm interpreting the penis as just I think that's a manifestation of his fears. Oh yeah, Jeeves. This is just there's just craziness everywhere. I cannot honestly say that you're misinterpreting it because I don't know what the right interpretation of it is. I think I'm gonna choose to believe that he's imagining a lot of stuff, and I think the penis is an imagination of his fear because dude is clearly.
Oh, sorry, Jeeves with a V.
Whatever.
With a V,
I like it.
His character was so good.
The daughter was good too, dude. She was good too. Just like, and the sequence in the car where
they're like peer pressuring him to smoke whatever,
to smoke on camera or whatever. It's just like,
yeah, and she's like, I'm recording you.
It's like, what is going on? Like the whole thing is just like, what is going on?
Yeah.
It was beautiful. We've been going at this for 30 minutes now. I feel like we're making no sense. I don't know. If you can tell that we got joy out of this, then and that makes you want to go see this movie, go do it. If you're going to support this or A24 or whatever, I don't know. At the end of a lot of these podcasts, I go tell all of the viewers, whoever's listening, who's ever watching, to go watch original stuff. This is certainly that. And there is certainly other original stuff that's not as outlandish as this movie.
Yeah.
But go see it. Go see this. Go see something
A24.
Else. Yeah, support A24. If you don't like their movie, you can't deny that it's something original every time. You know, that A24 does.
Okay, so. Name 1 or 2 A24 films that you'd recommend to people if they don't think that they would like this.
Well, we've been talking about Everything Everywhere, so
okay.
I would say Everything Everywhere. I think that is accessible on many levels and has a lot of filmmaking genius in it.
Okay. You don't have to.
And I'll say Uncut Gems. I think Uncut Gems is a fast-paced, like, if you like action-oriented, like thriller, going to keep your attention the whole time. I would say Uncut Gems is a very good one to go watch. I think it's on one of the streaming services right now. Mm-hmm. Those are my recommendations. Do you have 2 others that are different from that?
I would say Good Time.
Also Safdie brothers,
fantastic film. Did, right? Yeah. They also did Uncut Gems. And then I don't want to say Everything Everywhere because everybody's already going to say Everything Everywhere. Another one? I didn't think of this through. Honestly, I don't know.
If you like horror, Barbarian, Hereditary,
go
Midsommar.
watch Barbarian. Honestly, I think we reviewed that, didn't we?
I don't know if we did, but we definitely both watched. I think we may have watched it several times and talked about it. I think that was like a busier time during the fall when it came out.
Sounds like that could be true.
But Barbarian is great. I think we gave it some awards in the end of the year awards, so we talked about it a little bit.
Well, speaking of that, I think this might be my current frontrunner for best horror film.
Sure. I mean, if this counts as a horror.
But I don't even know what this counts as.
I don't know if it does.
Okay, well, do you want to count this as Morbius movie of the year? You mentioned that when we were leaving.
Well, when I left, I said this is like either like the best movie of the year or this is like also it honestly is simultaneously the best movie of the year and the Morbius movie of the year because it is just so stupid.
And it's not poorly like put together. The whole thing is great. The production's great.
The guy behind me was like genuine when he was saying this is the stupidest movie I've ever seen. Like he was hating.
He didn't watch Morbius, bro.
Yeah, he didn't watch Morbius.
He didn't watch Morbius.
Yeah.
I can tell he's not a morbid.
He's not a morbid. Definitely not. Any final remarks?
Watch this if you want. If you don't watch it. I don't know what to say. Just support good cinema.
Yeah, support good cinema.
Get rid of Kathleen Kennedy from Star Wars. Get rid of Kevin Feige from Marvel.
Oh, yeah.
Bob Iger from Disney. I'm not sure you need your job anymore. Clean house.
Yeah, clean house. Get the money to filmmakers that deserve it. And to people.
Yeah, just greenlight
studios.
Just let people do what they want.
Yeah, guerrilla cinema.
Yeah.
Do it. Give money to people who deserve it or production teams that will actually make original stuff. Like, there is a place for kids' movies, but let's make kids' movies good again. You know? Let's make more Toy Stories. Let's make more Wall-E's.
But they're remaking... No, don't do that. Why would they do that?
No, not more Wall-E movies, but more movies like Wall-E. Or more movies like Toy Story that are good.
Carl's date about Up, the guy from Up. They're making a movie coming, I think, June.
I mean, why do we need a sequel? Up was so good as its own thing. It was an original idea and it was great.
Money.
Yeah, money is right. But you know what? A24 is making money too, and they won Best Picture with this philosophy. So I think there's a demand for this. Yeah, there's a demand for this. We're not the only people clamoring for this. Anyways, we will come back soon, you and I, with Guardians of the Galaxy review that comes out soon. So we'll be back with that, and I'm sure we'll be telling people to go watch Beau is Afraid during that. So go watch Beau is Afraid if you want to. If not, go support cool movies. Anyways, yeah, that's all I got to say. You want to sign off?
No.
All right. You're getting the final shot here. Say whatever you want.
I don't even know what to say. Go to school. Stay in school.
Don't
do drugs.
Good advice. All right. That's the end.